Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Chris here in Dubai, and today I'm going to run you through 7 traits that getting lean has installed with me outside of the gym. Now, I've just completed another photo shoot recently, so this topic's kind of come to light, and just on reflection, I wanted to kind of give you guys some of the things that, again, this shoot prep has really installed into me that's really helped me in lots of other areas of my life. So let's get straight into it. The first thing, without a doubt, discipline. 100% being in pursuing a goal like getting in shape, getting in cover model shape, it calls you to be really disciplined, okay? You have to do things when you don't want to do them. That's what discipline is, okay? It's easy to do things when I'm motivated. It's easy to go and train. It's easy to go and eat the right food when you really want to, and maybe you've, seen something on YouTube that's made you motivated. But let's be honest, that is going to come to an end. And discipline is something that's really going to carry you to where you want to get to, because it's doing things when you don't want to do them, but you do them anyway. You show up, you get it done. And obviously that is something that's massively important outside of just pursuing a goal within fitness. Being disciplined in life is massive. If you only do things when you want to do them, you're probably going to only have like a 50% show up rate max. And imagine if that's your show up rate in life. You do things 50% of the time. You're never going to get very far. You're never going to build the business. You're never going to get the promotion within your career. You're constantly going to be stuck because you're only doing things 50% of the time. So when you're a disciplined individual, it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter if you had no sleep the night before. It doesn't matter if you had really bad news in your family. You still get the job done. And that doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but you still go and get it done regardless. You show up, you get it done, you get stuck into things, and you make sure you follow through on what you said you were going to do. So being disciplined is one of the most important traits in life. And this is why getting in shape is so much more important than just the physical aspect, because it teaches you stuff like this, which is massive for being successful in all other realms of life. And the second thing that I think even more specifically being in a photo shoot prep, or just in general getting lean, teaches you is time management, a massive skill that we all need, because when you are pursuing something like this, you have to be really strict with your time. You have to make sure you spend your time wisely. You can't be doing things inefficiently. You look at your week, you plan it properly with conviction. You've got your cardio to do on this day. You've got your training to do on this day. You need to get meal prep done. You need to make sure that you're sleeping enough as well, because you can't be getting crap quality sleep because you're not going to have the energy. You're not going to recover overnight. And time management is a really important skill. No one can say that they haven't got the time to get in shape. No one can say they haven't got the time to train. That is absolute BS. It comes down to how you plan your week and how you make sure you have the time to do these things. You make time for the things that are important in life. And, being in shape, being healthy, and looking good, that is an important thing that everyone should have as a high value within their life, because your body is the absolute key to getting to the next level. It's the vehicle to a better life. So being and pursuing a goal like this, it makes you more stingent with your time. You can't be wasting it. You learn to say no to things as well. Like if you've got gym sessions to get in, you haven't got the time to go and get the coffee in and, chat or watch Netflix, and even you've got to go get your sleep in. You make sure the time management is a massive part of this now. This means that you're doing things like planning out your day for execution. You're looking at things at the start of the week on a Sunday so that you're looking at your entire week. You start to plan things. That's one thing that I absolutely live by. Being a business owner, living in Dubai, having the business to run, my training routine to make sure that I get stuck into, making sure that I can do all the time for these things. I plan my week with real concise and conviction, and I make sure that I plan my day in advance as well. Every single night, I don't go to bed until I've planned out my day the following day in terms of my morning routine, the work I'm going to get done, when I'm going to train, the calls that I've got. Time management becomes one of the most important parts of my day. So that's the second thing. Number 3, of course, is going to be consistency. You are never going to get anywhere in life unless you are consistently doing the thing that you need to do. Getting in shape is one thing that absolutely drives consistency like nothing else, because let me tell you this, most people don't get to where they want to get to because they don't show up enough. Most guys will do their diet for on average 6 weeks before they give up. 6 weeks is all they'll spend trying to get in shape before they give up. And then they try again later on in the year or the next year, and then they give up again. 6 weeks and that's it. You're never going to get anywhere in that time frame if that's your mentality and your attitude. You have to make sure you are consistent throughout the process. And getting in shape is the one thing that drives consistency like nothing else. You're consistent with your steps. You're consistent with the amount of sleep that you get. You're consistent with your gym sessions every single week. Your food prep is consistent. You weigh your food, you track your food. That level of inconsistency and that conviction that you take every single day, that's what gets results. And guess what? That level of consistency carries over into every other aspect of life. You're consistent with your career. You're consistent with your business because you're doing the tasks that you need to do each day. You're making sure you get on those calls, you plan your day. That is what drives success in every area of your life. So getting lean and being consistent in that realm will massively translate into other realms of your life as well you're wanting to improve on. Next up, my favorite one, delayed gratification. We live in a world now where everything is instant. You pick up your phone, you order a pizza, it's here in 10 minutes. In Dubai, you can literally get anything ordered on your doorstep, literally within about half an hour. It's crazy. That is not doing people much good because because we don't learn the art of being in delayed gratification. And getting in shape is the one thing that massively drives this aspect, because guess what? You are not going to be where you want to be with your body in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months, probably not even in 12 weeks. You're going to look dramatically better, but it takes time. Building a great body takes time. I've been training for 10 years. I would call myself being in good shape, but it's taken time to get there. I've built a lot of muscle. I've put a lot of work in the gym, sacrificed a lot. I have had that delayed gratification mindset for such a long time, and learning the art and the skill of this takes time. And that delayed gratification mindset, that's what we need for every other aspect of life. You're not going to build a 7-figure business overnight. You're not going to get to the top end of your career and become a, executive literally within a year or two. It takes time. And that mindset that we need is exactly the same within fitness as well. If we can pursue and we can give ourselves 6 to 12 months of consistency every single day, day in, day out, doing the stuff that we know that we need to do, willpower that builds delayed gratification that we know is going to take us to that next level. And that mindset is super important. You can't be stuck in this essentially world that we live in now where everything is so instant. You're not going to get the body of your dream instantly. And that is the biggest thing that I love about, being in good shape and coaching people to be in good shape, because it's not something that you can buy and it's not something that you can get instant. It does take time. There's no quick fix. There's no shortcut. People try and make out that there are these things like going and getting in these, surgeries or these weight loss injections. None of them work. The only way that you're going to get a good body and be happy is it's going to take you time, and it's going to be consistency day in, day out. And that is a trait that is going to carry you to success in multiple areas of your life. Next up is going to be resilience. Now, resilience is about making sure that we can overcome obstacles throughout. That is a consistent thing that is going to happen throughout your fitness journey, because guess what? It is not all just going to be sunshine and rainbows. Things aren't always going to go great. You're not going to have this, perfect patch of 12, 16 weeks, 6 months. It's always going to take time. And that resilient mindset is what really gets results. You may get injured. I had a terrible injury that led to me not being able to train for almost a year, and specifically my chest. And I was resilient all the time in terms of overcoming that. I did what I could. I still made sure that I exercised where I could. I still made sure that I ate well. I still maintained the lean physique that I've got now because I was resilient. I didn't give up. And that mindset is carried over into business. It's carried over to plenty of other aspects of my life as well. And it causes you to become super resilient and robust with everything that you do as well. You realize that you can adapt and you can overcome in any situation within fitness. Think about COVID. We couldn't train, or we couldn't go to the gym for months and months on end. That resilient mindset is what caused so many people to, go and buy equipment from home, to carry on training, to not give up, to do home workouts. That's what fitness does. It causes you to adapt. It causes you to become resilient, and it causes you to have a super strong mindset. And that leads me nicely onto the next point of adaptability, which kind of goes hand in hand with what I've mentioned here, because in 2020 was the time when I did another photo shoot where we had absolutely no access to any gyms. I remember having to literally ring or get in contact with one of the personal trainers I worked at a Pure Gym, and she actually let me use her kind of like garage gym. And even in like the rain and the dark, sometimes it was freezing cold, and I still trained because we said we had a photo shoot at the end of the year with 4 of my clients and we wanted to get the job done. That's adaptability. You adapt and you overcome to any situation you're given in. This is like military style, right? We always want to see if we can adapt. We don't ever give up. And that's again something that I think pursuing a goal like being lean and getting in shape has massively drilled into me as well. Always wanting to adapt to anything. And again, going back to my injury, I adapted to the situation. I still trained. I didn't give up. And that is going to carry over into anything in life, because how many problems and how many obstacles are you going to face when you're pursuing any goal, anything, whether that's a personal goal, whether that's a career goal, whether that's a financial goal. You're always going to have to adapt and try and overcome the situation. And that's something, again, that getting in shape massively teaches you. You have to understand how to be adaptable to go and reach that next level. And the last one, guys, to make up the 7 is going to be self-care. Now, when it comes to in shape, you have to be selfish to be selfless, because at the end of the day, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Sometimes people try and constantly serve other people before they serve themselves, especially like parents. And look, I 100% commend it. But at the same time, you are going to be the best husband, the best father, the best mother if you look after yourself. If you train regularly, if you eat well, if you exercise, if you get sunlight, if you sleep well, that's going to make you a better person than if you're tired all the time and you've got no energy and you don't like the way you look, you have no confidence. That's not what we should be trying to aspire towards, especially if we're raising children into this world. It's super important that we actually look after ourselves. And being in shape drills that self-care aspect, because it's part of your routine. You do become selfish in some areas of your life because you need to go and train. You need to make sure you eat the right food. You need to go shopping to make sure you have that food on hand. You need to go out and get your steps in. And this is about actually being selfish for a good cause and having that self-care touch. It's super important. And when you start to become that person that carries themselves as a lean and healthy individual, you start to really care about yourself. You start to care about the inputs and the stuff you're putting in your body, and you care about the outputs that you take every day, the exercise and the way that we carry ourselves as well. So it's super super important. So guys, those are my 7 traits that getting lean installed of me outside the gym. As you can see, getting in good shape, being in good shape is so much more than just the 6-pack and the physical. It carries you into so many other areas of your life, which is why I feel like everyone should pursue a journey of this self-mastery of their body and looking and feeling the way that they want to look. And if this is something that you found super useful, make sure you smash the like button, make sure you subscribe for future videos, and I'll catch you in the next one.